Hi everyone, this is Mindy Eggen, and in today's video, I am sharing with you my favorite kit from Hero Arts. I think I literally squealed when I got all of these products. So today I'm going to walk you through the products in the November 2024 release from Hero Arts. I'm going to be creating a card project for you on screen. I have a few cards to share at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around for that. And there are a few things that I want to talk about with some significant changes that have recently come out about Hero Arts. Now, here is the card project I'm going to be creating on screen for you, and then we will jump in and I'll share with you the new products for November 2024. Now, within the last year, Hero Arts has changed from having just a My Monthly Hero kit to releasing different kits that kind of cater more to what you prefer. There is a clear set and dies of the month. There is a cling background subscription. There's fancy die subscription, layering stencil subscription, and also a card kit. Plus, there's usually like a couple extra products that go with the release, kind of coordinate with it. So if you just really love layering stencils, maybe don't really want a background cling, then you can choose the layering stencil subscription. Or maybe you want a fancy die, you're really into die cutting, then you could choose that particular subscription. Or if you just love everything and you want it all, you can sign up for the whole studio kit. So, all of these that I'm sharing with you are from the November release. Some of them are extras, some of them are the subscriptions. I highly recommend heading over to the Hero Arts YouTube channel. They go through it in very great detail, very great. They go over it in great detail, explaining everything to you, what's included, how it all works. Shannon does an amazing job with that, so I highly recommend checking that out. So this stamp set I have on screen is part of the card kit of the month. These critters absolutely stole my heart. I fell head over heels in love with them. And there are a few other products that I do really love in this kit, but these critters just totally swept me off my feet. So I did a bunch of coloring off screen using my tri-blend markers, and I will be sharing those cards at the end of this video. For today, I am going to be playing with the layering stencil because, of course, I cannot not use the layering stencil. It's beautiful. I have really been enjoying their layering stencils. Now, this stencil I'm sharing with you is part of the card kit. I love that pattern. I don't know if it's argyle or what you want to call it, but it is so perfect for Christmas. I have really been into very traditional designs and colors for Christmas lately. I know Christmas is coming up. Some people may already have their cards done. I do not, but also think ahead. Like these critters from that card kit can be used all year. It doesn't have to be Christmas. They can be birthday, they can be anniversary. I mean, they can be Valentine's. So keep that in mind if you decide to get this kit. Now here is the layering stencil that I plan on using. It is a beautiful design. You do get a sheet in there that kind of shows you how it is stepped out and some recommended color combinations. So what I am going to be doing, I always start with making sure that I have it in order because I did play with it off screen first. Now there are registration marks in the corners, those little squares. So when I cut my cardstock, I cut it a little bit bigger than the stencil. And I wanted to make sure that I did have area for those registration marks. The stencil itself is actually very easy to line up without those registration points, but I still find it is very helpful. Now, the first layer of the stencil, which is labeled down in that bottom left-hand corner, is stencil 1, and I am coming in with cranberry ink. Because I chose kind of a craft colored cardstock, I made sure that the colors I chose were pretty dark. So the first layer is going to be that cranberry, making sure I also added ink over those little squares. Then I can peel off the first layer of the stencil, and I'm going to work on the second layer, which is going to be forever green. So while I'm doing that, there's a few things I want to talk to you about. I'm sure most of you have probably heard, if you're huge Hero Arts fans, that Spellbinders has now acquired Hero Arts. And to some, that may sound very scary, but I personally think that it is going to be a great thing for Hero Arts. Hero Arts is sticking around. And if you want more information on that, be sure to head over to Jennifer McGuire's YouTube channel. I am going to link it down below in the video description. She has a live with Erin from Hero Arts, Denzel, and Giannis Makula from Spellbinders, and they go over, what it means with Spellbinders acquiring Hero Arts. Honestly, if you're looking at it from a customer standpoint, nothing is really going to change to you. There's still going to be a Hero Arts website, a Hero Arts blog. It's more of behind the scenes, really. So you're still going to have all of the great products that you love from Hero Arts. Now, quickly to touch on what I just did, I did the third layer of the stencil in white pigment ink and I used a paper pouncer. Paper pouncers are great when you have fine areas like the snowflakes in there, and it really kind of catches in there versus using a blending brush, which can get kind of goopy from the pigment of the ink. Now, that last layer, I did apply some white paste from Hero Arts. I was in awe when I pulled that last stencil off. I absolutely love how this came out. The white just really pops on that craft colored cardstock. So I will take the stencils over, especially the one with the paste, and wash them off in my sink. You don't want that paste to sit on the stencil. Now, these are two other backgrounds I played with using some greens and reds and blues for the snowflake. And then this other one I did in teals. So there are just some other ideas for you. Now, I do want to trim my panel down, so I am taking a heat tool. This is not an embossing gun, it is a heat tool, so it disperses heat differently. And I'm going to dry the panel. And then off screen, I trimmed my cardstock down to about 4 by 5 1/4. I added it to a white card front using foam tape. And then I have the Merry Christmas sentiment that I layered together or I stacked up for dimension and added it to the front of the card. That sentiment comes from the card kit, I believe. So there's that coordinating die for it. A few other fun things that I decided to do was instead of adding splatters to my background, which is what I would love to do, I took a white gel pen and I added highlights to the berries and also the leaves. And I think that really helped them kind of stand out and bring that white in a little bit more. So that is the layering stencil of the month for November 2024. And now let's take a look at some of the other cards that I created. Like I said, I love this kit. This really has to be my favorite kit that Hero Arts has done. And I have really loved a lot of them. Those critters. This one has the critters plus the fancy die. I don't remember the name, but it'll be linked down below. And I colored that fancy die. So it's white cardstock colored with, I believe, my Olo markers I did for that one. I totally love that fancy die. I normally don't do a ton of coloring on die cuts, but sometimes it just calls for it. Now, this one is a labor of love. I die cut those presents from white cardstock as well. I used the Dove White from Hero Arts and colored it with my Olos. And like I said, labor of love there, but I love how it came out and all the dimension I was able to add to those presents using my markers. And then that background stencil again is part of the card kit. Totally loving that. And then I added white splatters with the white acrylic spray from Hero Arts. And then the last card that I had here for you is using some more of those super adorable critters, that same background stencil, but this one is on red cardstock. And then this really fun sentiment that says, "May your holidays be furry and bright." They have, I I don't remember which set it is, but there's a stamp set that goes with all of these cute critters. Super fun sentiments on there. I do recommend checking that one out. Also, I want to mention that because of all the transitions and lots of things going on behind the scenes, you may notice on the Hero Arts website that some products are missing. Maybe your true favorite things like unicorn pigment ink, I noticed wasn't there. Do not panic. There's just a lot going on. It's going to take some time for the website to be updated while it's transitioning. So if you're not seeing something, don't worry, check back. I'm sure things will be updated in due time. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you fall in love with this kit and this month's products like I have. I will have everything linked down below in the video description and pictures over on my blog. There is a blog hub today if you're watching this in real time, and definitely check it out. There's giveaways, there's tons of inspiration over there. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and be sure to head over and send Hero Art some love. This is a big change for everybody, but I really think in the long run, this is going to be a good thing. See you all soon in the next video.